Okay, I'm back. That's so great. Sorry, friends. Yet again, class began with my getting bumped off. We'll hope it goes well for the rest of the class. I think that's always a good sign, actually. Good morning and good day. Shavua Tov, everybody. I'm Cantor, Lizzie, Shammash, and this is IJS Online Yoga. Our props for today are going to be a blanket and 2 blocks, and just a couple of announcements from IJS, and then we'll get to our practice. We'll begin seated. Please join IJS and Orot for the Peaceful Parent Project. It runs for 1 month, January 14 until February 18th. That's this Wednesday it's starting. The link is in the chat. Please check that out and send to others for whom this might be of interest and support. And second, Rabbi Sam Feinsmith is teaching a several months long class on the Sfirot, on Kabbalah, so please join for that. It starts on February 3rd and runs until June 9th, and the link is in the chat. So my friends, let's get to it. If you will begin seated, please. Find a comfortable seat with a tall spine. We're going to begin with a little practice for the breath, pranayama. This one is known as alternate nostril breathing. So once you find a comfortable seat and a tall spine, however it's good for you, where you can ground the sitting bones, take your right hand and turn down the first 2 fingers so that thumb and forefinger come to the bridge of the nose. The bone hits the cartilage, and just rest there. Let's take a regular inhale and exhale. Close off your right nostril with your thumb and inhale through the left nostril. Close off the left, release the thumb and exhale right. Inhale through the right nostril. Close right, open left, and exhale through the left nostril. Inhale left. Close, exhale right. Inhale right. Close, exhale left. Inhale left. Close, exhale right, and continue. So it's exhale, inhale, change. Taking your time, feeling the breath as it fills and empties. Ease in the jaw, ease in the brow. Simply lengthening the breath. And working with ease. See where you can soften. Starting with softening at the nostrils. Continuing a few more cycles. And the next time that you exhale through the left nostril, release the right hand and allow the breath to come back to normal. And if you've just begun a cycle, take your time to finish it up. No worries. And then notice what you feel in the breath, in the mind, any sensations through the body. Alternate nostril breathing is a beautiful pranayama, beautiful breath practice for balancing hemispheres of the brain, balancing the sides of the body from the viewpoint of the nervous system, and in general for creating stability and spaciousness and calm. Personally, it's my favorite breath practice to use when there's turbulence on an airplane, or just if I'm experiencing any kind of anxiety and unsteadiness. So that's a breathing practice we can always return to. And this relates to our teaching today. So today is the 23rd of the month of Tevet, and we're in the second Torah portion of the book of Exodus, the book of Shmot. And in the book of Shmot, we're moving from the story of family in Genesis to the story of community, the story of cohering of a people. And we'll see in this already the Israelites are enslaved, and we see in this Torah portion 7 out of the 10 plagues. I want to focus in on one specific verse and phrase. So God says to Moses, I've heard the moaning of the Israelites from their suffering at the hands of the Egyptians. I've remembered my covenant, and please tell them, I am Yod-Heh-Vav-Heh, I am God. I will free you from labors of the Egyptians. I'll deliver you. I will redeem you with an outstretched arm. I will take you to be my people. I will bring you into the land. And if you recognize that little bit, of course, that comes in the Pesach story in the Haggadah every year that we read. So God is saying these positive things to Moses. Please convey this to the people. But when Moses told this to the Israelites, Vayedaber Moshe ken el bnei Israel, velo sham'u el Moshe, and they couldn't hear him, they couldn't listen. They wouldn't listen to Moses. Mikotzer ruach ume avodah kasha, literally from shortness of spirit and from hard work. The JPS translation says their spirits crushed by cruel bondage. I want to look at this phrase, kotzer ruach. Kotzer from, same as the word katsar, short, from a shortening, a constriction of breath, of spiritual state. So, because of this, being in this state of kotzer ruach, of a restricted breath, because of their trauma, they cannot hear this positive message through their duress. When we're in a state of distress, when we're in a state of kotzer ruach, we can't possibly think clearly or act clearly. This can come in small moments, punctuations of anxiety, worry, fear, when we get really into a fear spiral and we get constricted in our body and breath. They could be acute moments or dull moments, and also kotze ruach can be a chronic state. You could say that fight or flight is a chronic state of kotze ruach, when we sort of live in that state. And our job and then we become easily dysregulated. Easily we face an entire cascade of health issues. So the project of yoga, the project of coming to this mat, is to unravel that state of kotze ruach, to undo it a little bit every day as we work on the nervous system, to excavate the kotze ruach that we can see, and also that we don't even know we feel because we're numb to it, because we've been feeling it for so long. So we develop a really deep listening with our body to be able to right the ship, to be able to self-regulate, re-regulate. And this practice of coming out of kotze ruach is a daily practice, is a repeating practice, in the same way we lift weights to work on individual muscles. Our yoga practice is like weightlifting for the nervous system, to strengthen the ability to self-soothe and find calm. So we're going to work with various poses today that literally do help the respiratory system all through the chest, etc. And just start to ways that we can really start to relax through the breathing mechanism. Let's begin either in the chair or on quadruped with a little bit of cat and cow. Inhaling as we arch and exhaling as we curl, and you can take this in your own breath, just starting to link movement with breath. Getting very curious about how it feels in the body to move the spine in this way, to make space for the discs. And then come back to neutral. Sit it back to child pose. If you are in the chair, widen your knees, lengthen your torso forward, and take your forearms to your thighs. Long spine in two directions. If you're on the floor, drawing the tailbone and the buttocks back to the heels as you extend fingertips forward and open through the whole line of the inner arms, the armpits. And we'll walk the torso and the arms over to the right, especially lengthening through the left hand. Opening up the intercostal muscles between the ribs. Good morning. It might feel a little bit sticky in there, and then we're coming through center, and same thing over to the left. These are spots we don't just necessarily get to in our daily life. So I find especially sort of through the armpit, the upper ribs, can feel a little bit sticky. It's nice to open it up. Send the breath there. Come back to center, back to quadruped. We're going to inhale and send the right leg back, toes pointing down, left arm forward, palm facing in. Neck and head in line with the spine. Draw the navel toward the spine. Lengthen. Inhale once more. And then exhale, come down. Inhale, left leg, right arm. Stay here a breath or two. Stable through the hips. You might need to turn down that left hip toward the floor so that you're parallel, hips to the floor. Inhale, fill the space of the body. Exhale, exhale, come down. And now one breath per. Inhale, right leg, left arm. And exhale, come down. Wrists are light, lifting up. Inhale, switch. And exhale, come down. Inhale, switch. Exhale, come down. Couple more each side. Torso is stable. And then coming on back, let's step that right foot forward to a low lunge. You could grab your blocks if you'd like and bring them to the sides of your right foot on any of the 3 levels that you wish. Just shifting the hips forward and back. Starting to open up the hips, the hip flexors. And then if you'd like, tuck the back toes, send the heel back. Lengthen through the spine. And now take your right arm forward. Inhale, bring it up and around, and exhale, back and down. Couple of circles with the arm. Again, helping to open up this whole flank of the ribs to counter that state of kotzer ruach, of any shortness of breath that comes from shortening of the body. And then come on down, step the left foot forward to meet the right, and step the right foot back. We'll take this sequence again, dropping the right knee to the floor, and just shifting the hips forward and back. Feel free to make any sounds, any release of tension on your exhale. And then tuck the back toes. As we build, send the back heel back, lengthen the spine. And once again, with the left arm, inhale, bring it forward and up, and exhale as it comes back and down. And you can take the gaze with the arm if you'd like, if that works for your neck. These are all suggestions. Don't let that left knee splay out. Hug it towards the midline. So you're getting a twist, sort of a full open twist as you go. Now when you're ready, pause. Step the right foot forward to meet the left. And take your 2 blocks about 12 to 18 inches in front of you. Straighten through the knees and press through the hands and lengthen the spine, flat back. And if you'd like to come up even higher, you can use a chair or a desk or the edge of a sofa. But we're exploring this flat back position, we call it. Engage the quadriceps, the thighs, and lift up on the knees. We'll just do a little flow with the breath. So inhaling, lengthening long. Exhale, soften the knees, let the head come down and fold. Like this a couple of times. Inhale, animate, press into the blocks, straighten the legs, lengthen. Exhale, soften and fold in. Inhale, lengthen, flat back. Exhale, soften, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Soften and fold. This time we're going to make it an active fold. So inhale, lengthen, and as we exhale, the legs remain straight and we fold down towards the floor. Let the head go. Forward fold. Be here and breathe. Investigate a little hamstring stretch. Again, knees are lifted, activated. And on your next inhale, flat back, bring the arms out, come all the way up, arms overhead, lift up, and then exhale, take the palms together and draw down the center line, come back to the heart. Great. We're going to take the legs wide. And just begin with a swinging twist, an easy twist, swinging side to side. Take your knees and even your ankles, feet, heels with you. So the legs are not fixed. You can take this as slow or as quick as you'd like. And the arms are just like empty coat sleeves hanging and swinging. And you can even give a little tap, hit to the body, upper arm, kind of a massage. And also maybe in the back, kind of a tap to that low back area, if you'd like. And then begin to slow it down. Pause. And just find your steady breath again. We'll take the legs wide and we're going to come into warrior two. So left leg in, right toes out. Inhale the arms up at shoulder height and exhale, bend that front knee. It's finding warrior two. You can come in and out a couple of times. Track that knee, see that it doesn't go past the ankle. The back leg is straight. And start to feel a little bit of hip opening. Maybe it's your first for this morning. Take it easy. It could be a very baby warrior two, or you can come down a little deeper, not more than 90 degrees at the knee. Once you've landed, found your pose, gazing over the right fingertips, a couple breaths here. And see if you can really fill the sides of the rib cage open. When you're ready, come on up, switch the feet. And we'll take the other side. Again, first just taking a couple bends, just start to wake up the legs, sort of letting them know what's coming, kind of preparing the pose. Really working with the breath today as actively as you'd like to just feel that expansion side to side, front to back of the rib cage. When you're ready, settle into warrior two. Take a few steady breaths. And then come on out, switch the feet again. Inhale the arms, exhale warrior two. Turn the right palm up, inhale, lift up, reverse warrior. Open the whole right side of the rib cage. Exhale, side angle. Upper arm can be at the hip, or maybe the shoulder, or maybe you extend the arm long. You decide. And find this length for both sides of the rib cage. Couple breaths here. Really feel like you're a bellows, really opening, or an accordion, really opening actively that rib cage. And then press into the feet, come on up. Turn the feet. Inhale the arms. Exhale, warrior two. Turn the front palm up, lift up, reverse warrior. Exhale, side angle. Few breaths here. And when you're ready, come on up. Heel toe the feet together and have a seat. You can bring your blanket with you. So we can work on this tendency toward kotze ruach by just really being active on the expansion here. We're going to take a little windshield wiper of the knees, leaning back on your hands, take the legs wide, and just start to windshield wiper side to side. So alternate with breath by inhaling through center and exhaling as you bring the knees down to the sides. You can take that in your own breath. The inhale is through the nose. The exhale can be through the nose or through the mouth, as you prefer. And then we're going to start to add the arms. The knees come down to the side. We inhale, we exhale, we bring the arm around. Inhale through center. Exhale. And again, you don't have to follow me. Take this in your own rhythm, your own tempo here. And the idea is that when you get to the exhale, I'm using the exhale through the mouth, you really squeeze everything out. As you take that twist that really comes around the navel. A couple more times. And then come on back. You can shake out the legs. And we're going to end up in a prone position on the belly. If you'd like, you can reorganize your blanket the long way. My room is a little bit cold, so it's nice to have the blanket underneath. That's an option if you'd like. Okay, so now we're going to do some things on the belly that help to open up the vertical length of the abdomen here, and also to strengthen the paraspinal muscles here, which again ultimately give us both strength and also resilience for the breathing mechanism. Good, so just to begin, turn your head to the right, rest on the left cheek, give a little stretch, perhaps it is for me, for your neck. Just a little passive stretch, resting on your cheek, or if your head doesn't go all the way, resting somewhere on your forehead. And then lift the head and come to the other side, resting on the right cheek. And just notice if one side, if
It's easier to turn to one side than the other. And then pausing a little, you can take your forehead to the floor or make a pillow with your hands for your forehead, either way. We're going to start by lengthening the legs. So lift those right toes off the floor just slightly. Knee is still on the ground. Lengthen the toes as if somebody's pulling on your right foot. And then lift the thigh up off the ground from the root of the thigh. So you activate the buttock muscle, the hip, building the heat here. Lengthen through those right toes. And then lower the leg down. Good, and then shake your legs out a little bit. Noticing a difference in feeling of length between right and left leg. And then same thing, knee is staying on the ground, left toe is slightly off the ground. Imagine that somebody's pulling on your left toes, and then let that lift the leg. The knee, the root of the thigh, it's all coming up just a couple inches off the floor. And then lower down. And we're just going to switch a few times, lifting the right leg, lowering down, lifting the left leg, and lowering down. Really making space at the top of the hip, the root of the thigh. And then from here, just take a rest and just feel that length for the low back. Take the hands in line with the chest, with the elbows drawing in. Take the shoulder blades down the back, so they're sort of squeezed together and down the back. And inhale and lift the forehead just slightly off the floor. Just a very small baby cobra. And then exhale, lower. And do this 5 times. Inhaling, coming up slightly. The hands are barely pressing into the ground. Exhale, lower. Just repeat this in your own breath. Count to 5. And then the next one, take this cobra a little bit higher. So we're pressing into the hands, the elbows drawing in, we're lengthening, maybe we're gazing forward and starting to come up. Squeeze the upper arm bones back and then lower down. The next time we come up, we're sliding the forearms forward, Sphinx pose. Widen the collarbones. Shine the sternum, the heart space forward. Lengthen the tailbone. Lengthen through the toes. And then lower down. Bring the arms by your sides. We're going to take locust pose. Either the palms facing in toward each other, or if you prefer, turn the palms to face down, the thumbs are out, pressing into the floor. So one of those. We're going to inhale, zip the legs, take the legs off the floor and the arm and the upper body as well. Hold for a couple of breaths. So palms can be pressed down or palms can be toward each other, lifted up. And then lower. Take a pause. Turn your head to the right. Rest on the left cheek, temple. Turn your head to the left. Come back to center. One more time, inhale. Lift the legs, lift the arms, lift the upper body. You don't even have to come off the floor too much to get a big benefit from this. And then as you're ready, slowly lower down. Bend the right knee, draw it towards the buttocks. Just a quadricep stretch. You can use a strap or a PT band if your hand doesn't reach. Just drawing the heel toward the buttocks. Don't let the knee spray. And you can send the front hip point toward the floor for a little more juice for that hip flexor. And then release and switch sides. Take the left heel toward the left buttock. Again, the knee is not spraying, the knee is in line with the sitting bone. And pressing the left hip point toward the floor. Good, switch. Right heel. To the right buttock. And switch again. Left. Good, and then if it's available to you, bend both knees and take both hands back to the tops of the feet or to the ankles. And just begin by drawing the heels, both heels toward the buttocks. Just getting that stretch for the legs. And then coming into any amount of bow you would like by pressing the feet into the hands, lifting the heart. So even just right here where I am is great. Just getting a little bit of lift, just getting the idea of the pose is fine. If it's available to you to go further, really press the hands, the feet into the hands, lift up more, send the chest forward, the gaze forward. And then whenever you're ready, come down, release the feet. Take a little windshield wiper or circles with the feet. Or coming into puppy, any kind of counter stretch or child. And when you're ready, roll it onto your back. Hug both knees to the chest. And rock it a little bit side to side. Give some ease to the low back. And then continuing to hold the right knee, send the left leg long to the floor. And then switch, left knee in, right leg long. Come on back. We're going to take a little bit of just pelvic tilt. It's a wonderful way to give some ease for the low back. So the knees bent, the soles of the feet on the floor. Just let the back, let the spine settle.
It's just a small pelvic tilt. So as we inhale, we fill the belly. As we exhale, send the navel to the spine and get a little bit of a curve as we press the low back to the floor, little hammock. Really hold it till all the breath goes out. Inhale, come back to neutral. So it's just a little bit of a rock of the pelvis. And then exhale, press the low back to the floor. Don't let it be in the legs and the thighs and the hip flexors. It's just the abdomen. Back and forth. So as we inhale, we're in neutral spine. You could send your hand under your low back. And as we exhale, navel to spine, there's no space between the low back and the floor. Just coming back back and forth a couple of times. Neutral to curl. And just tracking that subtle movement. And then come back to neutral. And very lastly, we'll hug both knees to the chest. Inhale. And exhale, take the knees over to the right for a spinal twist, grounding that left shoulder blade. It's nice after that, after those backward extensions, just to get some ease at the base of the rib cage. Some mobility here. Inhale back to center and exhale the knees over to the left. So every single movement we have done today helps in some way to counter the state of kotzer ruach, of shortness of breath. Shortness of breath that leads to constriction of spirit. And we really need, especially in these challenging, fast-moving times, bring the knees on back to center, give them a hug, to cultivate this extension of breath, this opening of the rib cage. Let's take a few moments of stillness, any way you'd like, on your back, on your side, seated if you prefer. Let everything go. Just allow the nervous system to receive the message. And then as you're ready, begin to deepen the breath. Wiggle your fingers and your toes and make your way up to a comfortable seat. Spine tall. And we'll just take a couple of very full breaths, inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4, exhaling 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4. One more. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then just allow your breath to return to normal. Bring your palms together in front of your heart space. As you inhale, lift the spine even taller. As you exhale, drop the chin. Bow the wisdom of your head to the wisdom of your heart. And then release the hands, lift the chin, allow the eyes to open. Transition to coming back into the room and to your day. Shavua Tov, thank you all very much for practicing. It's so good to be with you. A reminder to check out the 2 upcoming courses, the Parenting Project and Studying the Sfirot with Rabbi Sam Feinsmith. We will not be having any IJS classes, neither the yoga nor the daily sit next Monday, in observance of MLK Day. And so we'll see you again in 2 weeks. And of course, as always, if this has been a beneficial practice to you today or in general, you're always invited to make a donation to the Institute in any amount. In any amount, it helps us to continue to offer